Nepal's Rara Airport plays a vital role in connecting a remote and stunning region. However, despite upgrades like PVE surfaces to improve landings and takeoffs, the mountainous terrain continues to pose significant challenges. This historically hazardous airfield features a steep runway with a 6.5-degree upslope. A recent incident involving a turboprop plane suffering a landing gear collapse underscores the inherent dangers of operating at Rara Airport. Luckily, no one was injured. Known for its safety features, a single-engine Cirrus SR-22T with advanced technology made a dramatic landing near Renton on May 5, 2024. The plane reportedly experienced engine failure, but thanks to its parachute system, the pilot and passenger emerged safely. Witnesses described hearing a loud noise before seeing the plane descend.
All aircraft on ground control, stand by, emergency contact. 67 Charlie Sierra, engine failure.
This incident highlights the importance of safety advancements in aviation. A Douglas DC-7 firefighting aircraft operated by Minden Air Corps, known as Tanker 55, experienced landing gear problems during its second sortie of the day on date. Despite the issue, the pilots managed to safely land the plane in Minden, Nevada, with only 2 out of 3 landing gears deployed. As a precaution, another firefighting aircraft, which was likely an air crane, circled the area during the landing. Thankfully, the crew emerged unharmed. Russia's long-standing close air support aircraft, the Su-25 Frogfoot, was captured in a dramatic video landing in December 2022. The footage shows the Su-25 with what appears to be a landing gear malfunction, making a careful approach for a belly landing. Despite the precarious situation, the pilot displayed remarkable skill and composure, maneuvering the aircraft for a safe touchdown. Thankfully, the pilot's skill and the aircraft's resilience resulted in a safe landing with no injuries. A critical section of Teton Pass, a winding mountain highway in western Wyoming, collapsed early Saturday morning. The massive landslide severed the main transportation route between the 2 regional cities. Officials anticipate a long-term closure, potentially disrupting nearly half the workforce in and around popular tourist destinations like Jackson Hole, Yellowstone National Park, and Grand Teton National Park. A large tornado struck the ground near Zombatheli on the 9th of June, 2024 evening around 6:56 p.m. The twister, originating from a storm cloud moving westward, touched down in Narda, a town just 15 kilometers from the city. This well-documented domestic mesocyclone is the first of its kind in the area. OCOP Portal's webcams captured stunning footage of the powerful and destructive funnel cloud. Since that day, readers have been sharing close-up pictures of the impressive tornado. A tense situation appeared at Newcastle Airport on Sunday. A twin-engine Beechcraft Super King Air faced landing gear problems right after takeoff. The skilled pilot circled the airport for nearly 3 hours to burn fuel before a safe emergency landing without landing gear. Luckily, everyone disembarked unharmed, and there were no reports of major damage. June 10, 2024 saw rain traveling across the region, particularly intense during the first half of the day. The interior of Castellón and Valencia provinces felt the brunt of the downpour in the morning. By afternoon, the rain shifted to cover all of Alicante, where strong to very strong intensity was recorded. Places like Panos saw significant accumulations, with over 30 liters per square meter recorded, including a burst of 27.4 liters in just 1 hour, and a staggering 10.2 liters in just 10 minutes. Throughout the afternoon, storms tracked across the province from north to south and northwest to southeast. The intense rains that pummeled Murcia during the same days have left vast areas flooded, Streets are completely submerged, and many stranded vehicles remain. Recovery efforts are expected to be challenging, especially in rural areas where reports indicate 4,000 hectares of crops have been destroyed. The State Meteorological Agency reports that accumulated rainfall in Spain since the hydrological year began last October is 3% above its usual amount for this period. In September 2018, Shah Amanat International Airport in Chittagong, Bangladesh, faced a tense situation. A U.S. Bangla Airlines flight carrying 164 passengers experienced a technical issue that left the nose landing gear unusable. Despite this, the pilot displayed remarkable skill by landing the plane safely without deploying the front gear. Thankfully, everyone on board emerged unharmed from the incident. Heavy storms and hail battered Puebla, Mexico, on May 30th, 2024, triggering widespread flooding in the capital city. The authorities responded to the disaster immediately. Local officials confirmed flooding across various areas and deployed police and firefighters to assist stranded drivers and clear debris.
Verás que sí parece nieve. Oye, pero ¿qué pasó aquí? Ay, no, de veras.
The governor closely monitored the situation, while Civil Protection warned of continued light to moderate rain, hail, electrical activity, and wind gusts in the coming hours. This wasn't an isolated event, as another storm system caused fallen trees, flooding, power outages, and wind gusts earlier in the same week. Luckily, there were no reported casualties. Last November, there was a close call at a private airport in McKinn, Texas. A small plane flying in from Midland was forced to make an emergency landing at Arrow Country Airport. Unfortunately, the pilot couldn't bring the plane to a complete stop on the runway. The aircraft crashed through a fence and collided with a car on nearby eastbound Virginia Parkway. Thankfully, despite the dramatic scene, no injuries were reported in the accident. A major rockfall near Schoberstein caused a nightmare for local authorities. Boulders tumbled down in a dramatic event, completely blocking access along the state road between Lakeview and Setosi. The debris created a significant challenge, potentially isolating communities and disrupting travel for miles around. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, but crews faced a complex task clearing the massive rocks and restoring access to the vital route. A powerful earthquake measuring 8.3 on the Richter scale struck Hokkaido, Japan on September 26, 2003. This major temblor, the result of a thrust fault between tectonic plates, caused widespread damage and triggered a 10-foot tsunami. The earthquake's epicenter was located near the eastern coast of Hokkaido, sending shockwaves throughout the island. Buildings suffered significant damage, with some collapsing entirely. Infrastructure, including roads and bridges, was also heavily impacted. While the immediate effects were devastating, fortunately, the death toll remained relatively low at 31. Search and rescue efforts quickly began, with local authorities receiving international support. The full recovery process took significant time and resources, but Hokkaido eventually rebuilt and emerged stronger. A terrifying landslide ripped through the CIS Roches quarry on October 3, 2017, sending shockwaves through the nearby community. The event unfolded dramatically, with tremors shaking the mountains and rocks crashing down to the foot of the slope. This incident raised serious safety concerns for residents in the area. A monstrous 8.4 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Bengkulu, Indonesia, on September 12, 2007. The temblor, caused by shifting tectonic plates, sent shockwaves rippling through the region, damaging buildings and infrastructure, especially in coastal areas. A moderate tsunami triggered by the earthquake caused further devastation and displacement, but emergency responders from Indonesia and neighboring countries swiftly mobilized to aid those affected. Despite the widespread damage, the resilience of the impacted communities shone through as they began the long road to recovery with international support. A dramatic rockfall took place on Aoraki Mount Cook, New Zealand's 23 RD highest peak and a climber favorite, on January 21, 2013. A staggering 6 million cubic tons of rock plummeted down the mountain, creating a massive debris field stretching 500 meters wide and reaching heights of 10 meters. This avalanche traveled an impressive 3 kilometers before coming to rest, showcasing the raw power of nature. On Good Friday, March 27, 1964, South Central Alaska was forever changed by a monstrous earthquake. This wasn't just any tremor, it was a colossal event, registering a staggering 9.2 on the Richter scale, making it one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded. Nicknamed the Good Friday earthquake for the date it struck, this natural disaster unleashed its fury, leaving a trail of destruction and loss. The earthquake's epicenter lay near Valdez, Alaska, in the Prince William Sound region. The ground itself convulsed, ripping open wide fissures and sending shockwaves that toppled buildings and infrastructure across the region. One particularly devastating consequence was a massive underwater landslide in Valdez Bay. Millions of cubic yards of material were displaced, triggering a terrifying tsunami. Choki Po endured a brutal 20-minute hailstorm this afternoon, according to Todoro Yik reports. The intense weather event pummeled the center of Guri municipality, particularly Milanak, leaving the area blanketed in white. The hailstones caused damage to car windows and other outdoor objects. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and comment.